How's it going, everybody? And welcome back at last to the HOMESTUCK streams. I am so glad to be back. It's been like a month, and we've got this shiny new layout and some sprites for everybody who is here. Yeah, next time, hopefully, we should also have a really cool, like, intro screen. But for the time being, this is all we have. So this is all you're getting. You better be happy with it, because otherwise you're just a spoiled brat. Anyway, my name is Mark Maker, or hi, welcome to the stream. This is my channel. And I am here with my friends. And let's go through and introduce ourselves. Sierra, you're up first. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to turn on the desktop audio. There we go. Sorry. Okay, go from the top again.
Oh my god, you're so mean to me.
I'm
Hi,
sorry.
my name is Sarah. I go by she, her pronouns, and I'm so super excited that we're starting Act 6, Act 1.
Yeah,
Because
we're
there's,
starting
like,
Act 1.
6,
We're
Act
just
5,
reading
Act 5.
Homestuck.
I'm sad that our fancy new layout is gone.
What do you mean your fancy new layout is gone? It's right there.
Oh, I'm looking at your stream. Is it different?
Yeah, it's different on it's different on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind me then. Next. Thank you.
God damn it.
Hi, my name is Haven. I use they, them, he, him, its pronouns, but Neos. I am currently down with the sickness. And I'm just very chuffed to be here. And with me is my absolute dearest cutie patootie right here.
Hello, I'm happy. I go by he, they pronouns, and I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to be here for the second half.
You're very happy to be here.
I'm gonna put you on a hospital bed.
Mark.
Again, but I was already in one last week.
Hey, yo. Are you okay?
I hit the button.
Anyway, continuing on. The local emo boy, Jeremy, is here. However, he is at work right now, so he may or may not be able to chime in every now and again. But he is with us in spirit, and that is the most important thing. The one who is here, though, surprisingly, is the used bucket of all time. That is your cue to introduce yourself, Shikki. Nope.
Nope. I'm eating. I'm sorry.
Of course you are.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Anyways, hi, I'm Shikki. I don't know what pronouns I am. I'm a bucket.
Your pronouns are bucket and bucket self.
I was going to make that joke. Get out of my head.
I'm ascending!
Alright, next up, the baby.
I'm going to steal your fucking soul feed tonight. Anyways, hello. My name is Zii. I am very happy to be back here again. What are my pronouns again? Oh yeah. She, her, and they, them. And I am ready to steal everyone's souls tonight, including Fedora Man's and Mark's. So, anyways, on to Fedora Man now. Also Mark's friend.
Satan, shut up.
Try me.
You'll have to talk to Satan.
What?
The baby
What is up?
Sass.
What is up, Starlings? My name is Roxas 13 Keys, aka Roxas. I am Mark's friend. I go by he, him. And I am very excited to finally be continuing another Homestuck stream after about 4 weeks now. I really enjoyed Cascade. And I was so eager to finally start Act 6, and here we are.
That's right, and we only have 2 friends left to introduce. Let's start with our Tavros kin.
Hi guys, my name is Ruby and I go by he, them, and I am Mark's friend. Other than that, I don't have that much of an introduction.
Do you have a sheep?
I have a sheep.
Good. And last but certainly not least...
Hi, I'm the bastard bitch of the West. My name is Cath, and... I came up with that on the spot. I don't really have much much to speak. Yeah, definitely. As of right now, my pronouns are they, them. I have a new sprite. She's been yassified to fucking back. Let's get this shit on the road, ladies and germs.
Yes, ladies, germs, and everyone out in space, let us commence with the beginning.
Everyone here, near, and genderqueer.
Let us begin with the beginning of Act 6.
Why does that keep happening to me?
Wait, what?
Here we go.
Nothing happened, let's go.
Huh?
Holy shit, Mark's in Homestuck.
Man.
Mark was in Homestuck back in, the end of Act 5.
I got blown up.
Yeah, you were in it too.
No.
Oh my god.
That looks like molded raw meat.
It sure does.
Oh.
Is that her?
We are not back to John. I'll tell you that.
Oh, pretty. Hey,
Oh, look, it's Roxas.
Oh my god. Roxas, you're here.
Titties.
The fuck?
Gun.
I got a gun.
Pretty.
El Gato.
What's the cat doing?
What's the cat doing?
Trapped in some sort of clear amber.
Oh
my god.
What the fuck?
Oh, heck no, not you, Cal.
The movie.
Cal has a sword.
I don't like you, Cal.
You shouldn't.
Good. Is that foreshadowing something?
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Spill it.
Literally anything in Homestuck foreshadows anything.
Exactly.
Who dat?
Homestuck is his own spoiler.
Just someone who's getting lost looking up at the sky for no reason.
Hello, Jane.
Sweetheart.
Look at her.
Stupid little baby, look at her.
She's
Just
dumb.
getting
He looks
lost.
very happy.
She is very happy.
I
She's
hope she
really
stays
spacing
happy.
out.
I hope she stays happy.
I think she's tripping right
Yeah,
now.
about that.
Say hello
He
to
ate the
Jane.
wrong mushroom.
Oh, whoa, what is this?
Huh? What's that?
So,
What does that read?
That's Ultranian.
Damn it.
You read
Something
the
like
song.
continue. Press the button to continue.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Nope.
A young lady
See,
stands in her bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 11th of November, 2011, is the date scheduled for the launch of a highly exclusive playtesting experience for a much-anticipated game. The young lady is expecting to find this game in her mailbox today. She is expecting the game to be enclosed in a pair of envelopes, and printed on these envelopes, she is expecting to find her name. What do you suppose the name on the envelopes will be?
Do you think there is a significance of 11-11-11?
Maybe.
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
You
Oh my
cannot
God.
enter her name. It was already engraved in her honorary placronym on her 13th birthday, which was about 2.5 years ago and has been sitting here neatly on the bookshelf ever since. Attempting to engrave it with another name after completing the sacred rite of passage is practically unheard of, and is a gesture nearly as offensive as it would be if you tried to name her something dumb like Barnstench Fartface. Luckily, she is not the sort to hold a grudge, and she will let it slide this time, as long as you hurry up and get her big day started.
Look at this.
Ooh.
Your name is Jane. As was previously mentioned, you are poised for an elite opportunity to test the Spurb Alpha. It is so elite, in fact, you are the only of your kind invited to playtest. Though you guess that probably comes with the territory of being the heiress apparent to a baked goods empire, you don't suppose it hurts that you are said empire's #1 fangirl either. It should come as no surprise that you enjoy baking, but you also adore reading detective stories. You fancy yourself a skilled prankstress, if by no other measure than lineage, though at times you feel it's tough to fill those shoes when you are surrounded by jokers. Seriously, the shenanigans perpetrated by your pals make your old-school japes feel kind of pedestrian sometimes, but oh well, you love them all anyway. You once dabbled in amateur botany but found it too frustrating because your vegetables kept actually, you know what? You don't want to talk about it. You love situation comedies whilst holding particular affection for mustachioed funny men. You know, your Foxworthys, your Funks, your Swansons, but not necessarily your Gallaghers per se, because you have to draw the fucking line somewhere. You are also pleased to contemplate frightening fauna, though saddened by their regrettable fakeness attribute. But none of that's on your mind now, because you are psyched about this special date, 11-11-11, i.e. 2x3 prong day, whatever that means. A date exhibiting just the sort of numerical gimmick corporations love to exploit for their big releases, or for launching major rebranding initiatives. In the case of your cherished multi-global empire, both such events are slated to happen today. You can't wait to see what is in store and for the mail to come. When it does, you will waste no time in embarking on the game's maiden voyage, and if even a fraction of what you've heard turns out to be true, you are prepared to have the time of your life. What will you do? Jane is not empowered to rehash this tired running gag because all of a sudden she is too busy being the other guy. We need to figure out what this fella's name is pronto. His name is Bitch, apparently.
His name is Butt Slut.
Excuse me.
Fuck off.
Once again, you make the incalculable blunder of attempting to engrave an already allocated placronym. His name was etched when he turned 13, too, almost 3 years ago. It's been sitting here messily in this unbelievably deadly pile of guns ever since. What sort of vulgar, childish moniker were you going to give this stick this poor bastard with? Bitch? It doesn't even matter. Just tell him what to do. Your name is Jake. You love movies. All movies. You would describe your taste in film as eclectic, but in truth, it isn't much less than totally indiscriminate. You bluster frequently of exuberance for firearms and fisticuffs and adventure, though have no human company with which to share these interests. But who needs chums when you can enjoy a top-notch gander of your gals of cerulean complexion, hubba hubba? You're known to be found with your nose in a comic book or two. Not that it makes you a nerd or anything, like you even care about that. Not a gent of your panache and swagger, qualities which you would bandy with aplomb on your globe-spanning adventures. Hypothetically speaking, you would love to travel around the world, toppling any sacred urns you encountered. You'd be tickled by the opportunity to defile hallowed tombs everywhere, raiding them of their treasures, and how you'd give your right leg for a shot at desecrating the shit out of some real-life mystic ruins for their Byzantine wares. Luckily for your limb, there is a dandy set of such ruins nearby, and you desecrate them quite frequently. You are also troubled to contemplate frightening fauna and plagued daily by their regrettable realness attribute. What else? You like to wrestle. Did you mention fisticuffs yet? You know, scrums and whatnot, also skulls. Gosh, you love skulls. There is a good skull at the heart of any mystery, haunting its every page. That is what you always say, or at least, that it is what you always hope. What will you do? Hope? Page? I wonder what this guy's god tier is.
Yeah.
There's a little thing called reading between the lines, yeah?
Yeah, specifically, I'm reading between these lines. Anyway,
Not everything
really,
is so subtle.
really quick, before we continue, I forego that I have a bottle of water in the freezer, and I'm gonna go grab that real quick. So I'm gonna click and run.
Chunky.
All right.
Oh my god.
Is this what you kids call an hour?
It is, in fact, what we call.
It's a fantastic start.
Look, we've been left alone with the camera. We gotta film a dead body.
Quick!
I would throw it back when I got COVID and I would crush my diaphragm. Speaking of which, let me do that right now.
I have returned.
Haven's going to die. Haven tried to throw it back.
I'm gonna squeeze the mucus out my lungs like I'm a tube of toothpaste.
Yeah, that's the sound that would be made.
Fucking grown you bitches.
Shut the fuck up, Haven.
Suck my dick.
Why not? Bargain. Anyways.
You make a dutiful motion toward your trusty firearms, doing your part to assail the mushy carcass of a horse that passed away long ago, when suddenly a wild character select screen approaches. You really feel like you are in the driver's seat now. You can basically take this story literally anywhere, as long as you don't pick one of those shadowy characters, and as long as the panels are actually finished being drawn. It is like this whole panoramic cornucopia of limitless possibilities sprawling before your very eyes. Who do you want to be?
Let's start with
Really
Jane.
quick, do you know what that reminded me of for no reason?
What?
When the Ford automotive, building the cars really quickly came into fashion, Ford himself was quoted as saying, "You can get any car in any color you want as long as the color is black." For no reason.
Texas.
Can we do Jane?
Can we do Jane first?
Please.
There you go.
You are suddenly Jane again. What was it you were up to? Oh right, this game. You're excited about that. Earlier this morning you thought you heard the mail truck, even though the mail never comes in the morning. But just to be sure, you rushed downstairs to check, even though, due to recent events, you are forbidden from leaving the house. Alas, it was not there, and you sort of spaced out at the sky with a goofy grin on your face for no great reason. And then you were caught red-handed by your guardian. That got you in trouble. You think you might be grounded now? Whatever, Dad.
Daddy good.
Whatever, Dad. You can't tell me what to do.
It's your recipe modus, an extremely handy little inventory widget your dad got you for your birthday a couple years ago. He can be a real hard-ass sometimes. Not really, but he sure knows how to spoil his little girl.
Jane's dad.
You stick the recipe modus in your, recipe modus. You flip the card over and look at the back. The thing about this modus you think is really cool is that instead of showing a completely useless, wobbly, garbled code on the back, it itemizes the components which could be used to create it. In a completely hypothetical framework, of course. Just another wonderful innovation by your favorite company. It releases many products of an experimental nature, often with applicability to other kinds of technology and products which haven't hit the market yet. Of course, as the heiress, you are privy to all the sweetest gear in advance. Maybe you'll rummage through some of that stuff later. The modus as a captcha-logged object has only one simple recipe, involving an array modus, snore, and a cookbook. Yes! Other objects have more varied and elaborate recipes, though.
Oh, you know she's great. She likes cooking. I say this as a gay bitch who likes cooking.
You captcha-log your favorite hat, which is also your only hat. You spent basically your entire childhood in this hat, pretending to be hard-boiled detectives and whatnot. In public, you and your dad made quite the pair. Everyone could tell by a glance that you were your father's daughter, sired from his loins directly and genetically, though what was undoubtedly a natural process of human procreation involving a man and a woman. People would definitely nod and say, yep, that little lady sure did emerge from a womb on account of that gentleman's awesome virility. As you can see, there are loads of ways to cook up a hat like this, involving many stupid combinations of random objects, including...
Literally, you and your mom.
The troll egg. The troll egg.
God.
It's one of your funny men pinups, a glorious Foxworthy. It's one interest that overlaps with your dad's. He thinks his corny redneck shtick is just the funniest thing since sliced bread, that was sliced by a hilarious clown with a laugh knife. Honestly, you don't care much for his comedy, though. Dealing the low-income bucolic classes affectionate sass and ad nauseum isn't what you'd call your cup of tea. You just think he's really handsome. Every time he starts rattling off pointers on how to self-diagnose bumpkinhood, you just get lost in that pair of blue twinklers and those soft auburn lip bristles. You were so shy when you got the poster autographed. If only you felt worthy of that, Fox. Heh. Oh, and there's one of your Problem Sleuth posters. You've got a lot of Problem Sleuth stuff because you think detective stories are just so swell. This was the last panel in the first story, which ended a little before your 13th birthday. Since then, the author has been steadily updating Problem Sleuth 2, which you have been following avidly. You are happy that he stayed in that lane and stuck with a time-tested formula. If he went in a different direction, you probably would have found it really disappointing.
Oh, wow.
Who dat?
Jane, what are you covering up with that?
Yes.
We all
Dick
know, Mark.
and balls.
Another sleuth poster, of course, with two of your favorite dames ever. The Tobias and the Manhattan were gifts for your 14th birthday, sent to you by your good buddy Jake. Just a couple of periwinkle heartthrobs, unquestionably sent in playful retaliation for the ribbing you've given him over the years, for his inexplicable infatuation with his Thlalofems. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it doesn't matter. So he made a couple of coy recommendations for objects of your attraction, and you have hung his cobalt beefcakes here since. He was pretty spot on with the blue funk, to be honest, since that's like the best show ever. Mr. Cross can blue himself any time, as far as you're concerned. But the Manhattan, not so much. Comics aren't really your thing. But you hung it up anyway because that's the sort of thing you do in a mildly escalating feud of passive-aggressive one-upmanship. You own it. But you felt kind of weird about having his blue mutant penis dangle over your head while you sleep, so you covered it up with something even more obscene, some sort of revolting troll Howie Mandel, also gifted to you by Jake. Good lord, does that kid have some spotty tastes. There's also your magnificent Swanson. Ron Swanson is the perfect man. You have tried to order all of the bacon and eggs in a restaurant on several occasions, but your dad never lets the order go beyond the joke level. What a fuddy-duddy.
Fuddy-duddy.
You tuck your trusty Junior Battermaster's Bullbuster Stirring Solution 500,000 into your strife deck, allocated with the ever martially who cares? Allocated with the ever martially pragmatic spoon kind. You wouldn't have it any other way.
That'd be nice.
You love your fancy spoon. It has several million recipes stored in it, and walks you through each step with a soothing female robot voice, just like in science fiction. Some urban legends say that the device also broadcasts subliminal messages distributing ominous Crocker Corp propaganda, but you don't put any stock in that sort of baloney for a second. There is one switch on it that doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe yours is defective? Still, it's perfectly serviceable and has assisted you in whipping many a cake into delicious submission.
Kinky.
The drip.
Damn.
Please.
These customized bunnies were gifts to you on your 13th birthday from two of your friends. Both were heirlooms passed down to them, and they decided to coordinate gift ideas and send you dressed-up versions of their beloved childhood toys. You like to think he was shooting for a detective bunny with the one on the left, but you know realistically it was probably an Indiana Jones bunny more in line with his interests than yours, especially since it came with a little whip you have since misplaced. The bunny used to belong to his grandma. The other one used to belong to your friend's mom, and she dressed it as a wizard, which was also unapologetically more representative of her interests than yours. That's okay, though. You loved the gesture anyway, and you and she are totally BFFCs forevers, her words, and you totally agree with them. You did get one more bunny from your other pal. He had to make it himself from scratch since for some ridiculous reason he didn't happen to have a ratty old bunny heirloom lying around. His gift was somewhat less innocuous. You have no idea where it is, though. Probably just as well.
Look out your window. Is there anything behind your eyes, my dear?
You've been fidgeting around your room all day, making little observations about your various belongings, checking the clock. When will the dang mail get here? You take another peek out the window just in case. Also, Aaron, I see you in the chat, and all I can say is you wouldn't... I don't know what you expected, considering that the stream title literally says this is like episode 30 of us doing this, and I don't think I've seen you tune in any time before this, so I can't say I'm surprised that you're confused.
Go back and watch the other streams, kiddo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get some Chinese food. I'll be right back.
Yeah, this is Act 6 of Homestuck. We are halfway into it, so if you're confused, that's kind of on you.
We've been doing this series for over a year now.
Go back and watch the other ones, or just read the Stucks, the Homestucks.
Yeah, like, I don't know what you expected. Library. It's not our fault that you're confused, and I'm not, like... I don't know, I'm just... blah!
Go to your local library and get a physical copy of that.
It's still not there, but there is your dad. What is he up to? He just cataloged the car. Oh, that's right. He was going to wash it today. He's probably taking it into the backyard next to the garden hose. He keeps a very busy fatherly itinerary. So many dad things to do every single day. If the mail arrives soon, this would be a great opportunity to sneak out and get it. Fingers crossed. Looks like somebody is bothering you. He better make it quick. You've got a window to stay glued to. You know you really should switch to Pester Chum. It's what your friends use, and it's a lot better than Betty Bother, if you're being honest with yourselves. BB is just so spammy and annoying with all of the pop-ups everywhere. Ugh.
Look, Yeti?
Jeez.
Look at this dreadful clutter. You have got to switch. But then brand loyalty is a powerful thing. Looks like Jake is messaging you.
Is that Guy Fieri at the bottom left?
Yep.
Who the hell?
There's
Okay.
the fact man.
Alright, since Haven is Sicky Wicky, who wants to take his place and voice Jake?
Haven's just going to get Chinese food as far as I'm aware. But I'm not about to voice a bitch, so which one of you? Roxas?
Wait, me?
Can you pull
Do you want to be Jake?
Can you pull up an Australian accent?
I don't think I can pull an Australian accent. I tried.
English. It's English. Bitch is British. Who's doing it?
Okay.
British.
I'm gonna try my best with the voice.
No, you're Jane.
I know I'm Jane, but Mark said that that she has a bit of an accent.
No, not Jane. Jake.
No. I think you're confused. Zii is Jane. I'm trying to figure out who's going to replace Haven to voice Jake.
Happy.
I'm physically incapable of doing an English accent. No.
Oh, damn it.
Do you want me to pull the English accent for now? Because I'll do so.
It's all good.
Nah, I'll voice the bitch if need be. Do you want me to?
We'll go for it.
Just go for it.
Okay!
Jane, forgive my botherations. I know this is meant to be spanking rip snort of a day for you and all.
Alright, mates, I'm back.
Finally!
Right as he got it. Right as we chose someone to voice Jake while you're away, you came back.
That's called impeccable timing.
Indeed.
Like really bad
All
timing.
right. Do you feel well enough to voice Jake?
A little bit. Alright. Let me finish my bite of food. Alright. Jane, forgive me for my botherations. I know this is meant to be a spanking rip snorter of a day for you and all, but do you happen to know where the devil fucking Dickens Mr. Strider might be? I fucking love that.
Is Jane's voice like a bit of like British, Mark, or like what you said before?
A little British, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Okay, let me try my best. Oh, that's fine. I had been meaning to message you sooner, actually, but I suppose in all the hubbub today, it plumb slipped my mind. Which is a shocking fact on this lonesome, considering what I have to tell you. Is that good?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Alright.
Thank God. Loosens collar a bit.
As for the Strider business, he's an elusive guy, Jake. You know that. I talked to him yesterday. That's as much help as I can be.
Shoot! I really need to ask him something, but he's got his blasted autoresponder turned on.
Hoo-hoo! I love that thing.
He wouldn't be pleased to hear you say that.
What do you need with him? Does this have to do with your crappy pen pal project?
First of all, it's Crazy Pen Pal project and you're going to get it right. Second of all, it certainly does, and time is of the essence. Today is the day I have to finish it and send it, not a day later. So, you see why I'm feeling pretty friggin' discombobulated at the moment.
Sorry, Jay. This would be your birthday present for your grandmother?
No! It is for your grandfather simply to be relayed to him by my grandmother. A joint gift from him to she and I.
Her and me.
What? Who and you now?
A joint gift from her and me. Grandma Jake.
Oh, for frig's frippin' fuck's sake, Jane. This is no time for your prudish pedantry. Leave your bookish malarkey in an old dusty library somewhere. I have an adventure to get on with.
So if I have this straight, the big thing hogging up your plate today is not this marvelous new game, which I have invited you to play with me, but finishing a robotic rabbit to give to my dead pop?
Bingo! Double pistols and a wink. I barely dropped
Bless
before.
You are a very strange and silly boy.
Please, Jane, we have addressed this. I am sending the gift back in time to when they were both alive and about our age, or something like that. Something funny is going on there, and I have not fully grappled it yet, but dagnabbit if I'm not going to see it through.
Well, Godspeed then. I do hope you can pull it off.
Are you being fresh with me now?
No!
Look, Jane, I know you've never believed me, and you think everything I say is some big cockamamie goof-off, but I think today of all days is when you should start talking some things more sense and start taking things more seriously, especially since I have always had your back. I've always believed in you.
Hey, I've always believed in you too. However, believing in somebody isn't the same thing as believing in somebody. But that much said, I think that maybe I am getting ready to believe some of the wild stories I've heard. Or, if not believe outright, reserve judgment on, at least.
Is that so?
I don't know. I'm still not sure what to think. But I wanted to tell you this morning I had a really wild dream last night. And you were in it.
Oh my. Glasses fog up, fumbles for handkerchief.
Cringe.
You're cringe.
It was so real. I think we were in the game, even though we haven't started playing yet. I don't know what to make of it, whether it was a vision of the future or somewhere that exists now, or if it was just a really lucid dream due to excitement.
What was I doing there?
Not a heck of a lot. I really want to tell you about it, but I will take some time to explain, and we both have things to attend to. You with your time-traveling rabbit work, and I, by vigilant window gazing.
Too true. Let us reconvene. Yes. Reconvene later and sort out all this shit at a leisurely pace.
Yes, okay. Good luck, Jake.
Okay, you too, Jane. Bye-bye.
Aww.
Hold the phone. 11:10. You almost forgot. 1 minute until the Empire's rebranding launch. You wonder if it will live up to the hype. Guess you'll find out.
Wait a minute.
You write out another 60 seconds and... Huh? Something happened to your baking chest. Did the logo just change? You wonder what else may have been affected.
Hold the phone, I know that logo!
What are you talking about?
Yep, this one changed too. Crocker Corp is nothing if not thorough with its branding tactics. You guess it's pretty cool? It's just a fork instead of a spoon. Not the most awe-inspiring logo you've ever seen, but who are you to judge? Aside from the future owner of the company. You make a mental note that when you turn 18 and inherit the company, you will change it back to a spoon. You love the spoon.
Zimmerman Bullbuster.
Oh my god.
Sure enough, the Junior Battermaster's Bullbuster Stirring Solution 50,000 has been affected too, along with your Specibus.
Oh, nice.
Huh.
You try the broken switch again. Hey look, it does something now, toggling your trusty Bullbuster between a stirring solution and a poking solution. Neat. Oh, that is super neat!
Oh, wow.
I can poke people, and I'm gonna stop.
Nope, still nothing. You surely would have heard the truck pull up. You guess the Empire wasn't able to coordinate the mail with its rebranding. Maybe the U.S. Postal Service is the one thing it doesn't have its gnarled claws in yet. Another mental note, sink gnarled claws into post office whenever you take over. You decide to pass the time by rummaging through your baking chest and... Hang on, maybe later.
Who dat?
One second. Let me check the list. I know we have a list. Okay, so we're going to need.
Oh, I know what's this.
Oh, this is gonna be weird. We're gonna need a substitute because technically, Zii, you're both of these characters.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Oopsie.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, you're gray text.
All right.
Okay.
Good morning, lovely.
Why, hello.
So I guess today is finally the day you make everything better.
Huh?
It is the day where, after the legendary octet of a mutual fucking skeletons, man, Jesus. Will come together and heal a great breach in paradox space. A day delivered through 80 billion years and 4 distinct universal instances worth of unfathomable turbulence. And while the emerald eye of the storm is fixed in the abyss forever, today you are poised to escape its scowl once and for all. by sky as guiding light, you may leave behind its turning area of bright colors and mayhem, and secure peace for your cosmic progeny and for alteration. You're giving me no breath. And if you had to meet this departure with trepidations, then I would understand. But I would also like to ask, is there nothing I can do to ease your mind?
Gosh, so formal today.
Yes, I'm afraid I am guilty of rehearsing this prep talk well in advance. I thought you deserved a proper send-off.
Aww.
Well then, there's nothing else I can do. It was a serious question.
You needn't worry about easing my nerves. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be nearly as thrilled about today as I am.
That's splendid!
Hey, I'm the one that's supposed to be coughing here.
I choked on
If you don't want your voice to die, you want me to just voice both of them?
No, I just choked on a piece of pizza.
Okay.
Listen, if I can survive voicing Jake, you can survive voicing this.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But remember, I will be here to help whilst refraining from my casual spoilers to the best of my ability.
That is reassuring.
Have you corresponded with your first designated co-player yet?
No, I haven't seen her online yet today. I'm really hoping Lalonde won't flake out on me this time. Have you heard from her?
I heard she's pretty. Not the today that is local to you. Though I have Though I have a wee bit more trouble monitoring her than the rest of you. Curious dark dispatches and transmission. Still, I wouldn't fret over it. She is as good a chum as any you have, and should come through ultimately, even if things seem dire.
If you say so. Oh! I want to tell you, I had an amazing dream last night.
Blimey!
I believe it may have been of the sort you described. A dream of awakening, presuming I haven't just flat out lost my marbles.
Excuse me.
Indeed, I'm sure it was. I knew you were good at steering. Might you describe what you saw?
I was in a bright gold city. Above was a brilliant blue sky, but the horizon was dark as night. Was this the place you told me about? What was it called? Ah, shucks. Does this count as a casual spoiler?
Oh, not at all. That is a simple detail about you about the realm you are about to explore, without directly involving your future decisions of consequence. The place you visited is called Prospect. It is where I have woken up every time I've gone to sleep for most of my life.
I didn't see you there. At least, I don't think I did.
No, you wouldn't have. My Prospect is an alternate version of yours. It's a completely different session, quite far ahead from your reality. If we ever meet in person, it's unlikely to be about playing our respective games.
Okay then, I mentioned this briefly to Jake, and he didn't have much time to say before we parted ways. I will gather that if this is all true, then it means Jake has not awakened yet?
I think this is for you to determine in time. What is your hunch?
I don't know, but there was one thing about the dream that was very troubling. I'm becoming nervous to consider what it might mean.
Understandable. But it will be important to practice your patience today. You have a long road ahead of you, and so many questions will be answered in time. But we can talk about it later. Now, we both have games to prepare for. I know you could never fully appreciate what this actually meant, but it took much care to sync up these conversations with you. On the same day I began playing as well. That way, you can journey through our sessions together and compare notes.
I'm still not sure I appreciate what that means, but I appreciate that a nice gesture has been made if you say so. I guess I should just start believing all of this now, huh? Rather than learning it to be true later and feeling the fool for all my curmudgeonly skepticism. For starters, I guess I could drop my reservations about your story.
Will you?
I can write off much to tomfoolery, as I'm no stranger to a good prank myself, but I'm quite honestly, you seem too kind for this charade. Not the type I'd expect to trot out such persistent falsehoods beyond the humorous welcome. So what do I know? Consarn it, maybe you are an alien girl from Uranus. And together...
You don't know.
God damn it, I can't make that. And together we are about to play a game which determines fate and existence. Sign me up.
Oh, you don't know half of it. You really don't. But I never claimed to be from that planet, which is only in the 5 reaches of your solar system. In fact, I am from a much farther away. I am from a different universe altogether. But if you truly mean it, thank you for believing me. Now, Jane, my lovely, let's just prepare for this adventure. Remember what I said about the need for patience. Patience with your friends. Patience for your growth as a hero of life. And patience for the coming of the other boy of legend. A hero of breath and of light and of time and of space. And if you shall find yourself in doubt, just check the inscription on the big old book downstairs. After all, you can't trust words written by your own hand. And what use is trust at all? What?
Aww.
Gay.
What a darling! I love her.
Excuse me.
Nice.
I'm excited to voice her.
I still hear their voice. Gay,
What a
gay, homosexual.
Darling, I
gay.
love her.
You return to your baking chest, which you use mainly for storing quality pranking apparatus and a few other odds and ends. Oh, hello, Pop-Pop. His friendly face is there to greet you every time you open your chest. You would have loved to meet him. Unfortunately, his life was cut short at the tender age of 86 in a tragic accident. Coincidentally on the same day you were born, or so your dad tells you. Pop-Up Crocker was a legendary comedian, following in the footsteps of his grandfather, who of course was the greatest southern pranking legend of all time. One day, you hope to follow in Pop-Up's too. But then, if the whoppers you've been told recently have any truth to them, maybe you will get to meet him after all. It seems too good to be true. The only relationship you have ever had with him are through video footage of his vaudevillian antics on stage, or through his role as Judge Johnny Stone on one of your favorite old sitcoms, Night Court. Just your basics when it comes to pranking, a few clever disguises, a name-brand dunce cap, a slightly abridged edition of Sassacre's text, updated for the modern prankster and scrubbed of a few of the more egregious, julep-fueled racial slurs, several other stray books, your company's prototypical model for the Grist Widget 1200, and of course, your super handy Unreal Heiress Thoughtwave tiara top for the young go-getting junior Battermaster on the go. Dump. Might as well get all this crap out of here and take it with you. You never know when you might need it. You shut the chest and... Oh, hello, Harry Anderson. Always a pleasure to see you there. He is also one of your idols, and as it happens, he has a bit of a history with your pop-up. They were rivals on the vaudeville comedy and magic act circuit. Eventually, the less competent Anderson was shamed out of the industry and went on to greener pastures in the private dicking biz. He became one of the hardest-boiled detectives on the mean streets of the Big Easy, and later made a fortune off his memoirs, ghostwritten by Mike Cavaney.
Private dicking biz, you say? I think we call that OnlyFans now.
Oh my god.
All I can think of is Nick Valentine. Your Silodex is so great. You shudder to remember some of the old shitty fetch mode you used to struggle with when you were younger. Still learning the captcha logging ropes. Fibonacci heap? Lol at the effing noob.
Noob.
Also, is it any surprise that Dirk signed this onto the book?
Oh my
Hell
gosh.
fucking yes.
He is a
Dirk's
brony. He is a brony.
God damn it.
Fucking yes.
You have a cookbook, which of course was made obsolete by your computerized talking bullbuster. You wouldn't dare part with it, though. Too many wonderful memories. There's Anderson's aforementioned book, Wise Guy. His, Cavaney's, stories are gripping, in a way. And then there's a customized copy of Pony Pals, a gift to you on your 14th birthday from the slippery Mr. Strider. Each page contains lovingly handwritten commentary on the deeds of this intrepid young horse. This thing's a piece of junk. It just wastes your boon dollars and destroys your cool gear to produce these stupid things that look like gushers. But unlike gushers, which serve many practical purposes like inducing vomiting and simulating the experience of eating plump insects, these things are totally useless.
I like gushers. They taste good.
Yes, they do.
Okay, you'll try it out with one of your less prized possessions just to prove how dumb it is. You never liked this hat much. It makes you look like a gnome and basically isn't funny at all. You pop the card in. The grist widget indicates it would cost 10 boon dollars to convert this object into grist. That's not too bad, you guess. It's not like the currency has much value anyway. It was introduced as a sort of BC Corp fun bucks to be used by youngsters specifically on qualifying merch online and stuff. Brilliant business strategy, really. As heiress to the Empire, you are naturally endowed with millions, which you have a reputation for being very generous with. You have been considering using your wealth to set up a scholarship fund to allow underprivileged kids to go to Boone College. What are kids?
Oh my god, it's Bitcoin.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Oh my god. Oh no.
It blasted Bitcoin all over her. Good night, everybody.
Ending the stream. Turn on the... Thanks for watching. Last episode.
What did I come back to?
See? Utterly
What the hell
pointless.
did I come
You hope
back to?
Crocker Corp was going somewhere with this technology, because if not, this product is first in line for getting the axe when you're in charge. You put on your highly fashionable Unreal Heiress Thoughtwave tiara top and flip it on. It immediately hums to life as its blazing fast processes mingle with your thoughts. It is the most efficient computing technology in the world by far, as long as you don't wear it for too long. But aside from a few migraines, you can't possibly imagine any drawbacks that cease reproduction could come with submit, merging consume your thoughts with embrace your culling, experimental technology conform to social order, from an stay asleep, extremely powerful die corporation. Wait, what?
We love you, Mina.
What the fuck?
I had to do so much like bending over, sitting straight up, bending over, sitting straight up, bending over, sitting straight up.
This is some fucking Fight Club type shit.
Yeah?
Just grab the mic and
We are
take
the
it
all
yourself.
singing, all dancing crap of the world. You are not special. That type of shit.
Just grab your mic.
Guy Fieri?
I'll hail
Fieri.
new
Why
Chief
is the
Justice of
devil
the
here?
U.S. Supreme Court.
Nice.
The Antichrist?
I'm seeing Obey behind it, too.
What the hell?
Still no sign of the male. Might as well keep the tiara top on while you look, even if it means suffering through all these bullshit pop-up ads. That way you can keep an eye out for Lalonde while you're at it.
Wait, look
I
up
don't like where
above
this is
Betty.
going. Also,
Above
Hold up.
Betty.
why is there an arm there?
Arm?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
No.
That tiara looks a bit too familiar. The sign!
Speak of the devil fucking Dickens.
Look at my girl!
Oh my god!
There she is!
Aggressive.
You're like the person who was like farming Pokemon for a shiny Ponyta, and then it appeared and they were like, there it is! There it is! There it is! Oh my god! Yeah!
This is the complete opposite of. This is like the complete opposite of. Wait, where did I go? Call back to
There he is, my favorite white boy.
Anyway, Let me see. Yeah, Roxy
It's
is
me.
Sierra.
I'm the cat again. Jane. Hey, Janie. Answer, please. Answer. Jane.
OMG, overreact much? I kept you waiting for all of 2 seconds. Where have you been today?
Nowhere, just chilling. Here. When all of a sudden. When all of the sudden, it hits me that we have to have something really fucking important to talk about.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Oh my god, Jane, I'm looking at her chat right now. You look like cotton candy.
I'm doing it. It's just I'm in the car. This hit you just now. We made plans to get in touch early this morning, and I have seen neither hide nor hair of you all day.
It hits me that Jake's B-Day is coming up really soon. Just a few days before mine, remember? Or I guess it would be if it wasn't for the end of the world that's about to happen.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I just wanted your advice on what to get him. Something sentimental, I guess. But I mean, I'm mostly tapped out of precious heirlooms at TM, so IDK. But not like anything coming on too strong. Something that says, this is totes platonic and everything. No eyebrow raising funny biz is going on over here. But still says, you know, call me if you wanna.
Now I know you're joking around to get my goat.
Yeah, the goat getting thing, I mean. But joking, oh no, I think not. You don't think that if I didn't say he was off limits on account of you being my best friend, I would be all the hell over that? Damn. That rugged sense of adventure? That delightful, silly vernacular that's like weirdly and bewitchingly not self-aware? Those adorable teeth? Swoop!
No, stop!
Well, shit, Jane. What am I even supposed to do? I can't hit on anybody, and apparently I can entertain nary a frisky thought about any booby, because apparently everybody's off limits. Bunch of goddamn typos. Shit sucks. Maybe let me say your dad is hot, even though we both know he way the fuck is. I mean, come on.
Yeah, because it's weird. And you're drunk.
Correction. Drinking. Present. Grammar, Jane.
I don't see why you don't try to court the favor of Mr. Strider. If you ask me, he and you are perfect for each other.
Because I'm gay.
Oh, Jane. So naive. So naive.
Oh, Lordy, how can you be this far gone so early? It isn't even noon yet.
You forget we live in very different time zones. It's a lot later here. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
You're 3 hours ahead of me.
You would be amazed how much can happen in 3 hours.
What would your mother have to say if she caught you?
Pretty sure she wouldn't give a shit. I mean, she's the one who stocked the goddamn liquor cabinets in the first place. I don't even think she ever had a drop in her life, probably. So why else is she putting it there? It was like,
Passive-aggressive, der for me. Aggressive. Just the sort of mind game she would play.
So even if your insane and paranoid theory happens to be true, your response is, screw it, time to help myself to all this mind game booze.
Yup. Pretty much.
Grown, you are completely impossible like this. I cannot believe you choose to do this today of all days. I should have known better. Here I am waking up bright and early, waiting all day with my nose pressed against this glass for the mail to come and wondering if you'll ever log on. And all the while you are just getting blind, stinking, schnonker-bottom drunk.
What you waiting for in the mail? Is something happening today or something?
The Alpha! Jeez Louise, you are hopeless.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Are you at all ready to play if it comes?
I guess, but you sure you even want to play this thing? You know it's just what the Batter Witch wants you to do.
Not this again.
If you want to go ahead and be a chump, Jane. It's your call. I'm just saying, I know what a chump looks like, and you don't look like no chump I ever saw. If you go through with this, I'll have to add your profile to my chump roll, which is like this real actual thing I maintain, instead of being a joke. Is that what you want?
The Batter Witch does not exist. It is an idiotic urban legend. How many times have I explained this? My great-great-grandmother who founded the company and is accused of holding this identity would have been almost 200 years old if she were still alive today. The idea is such preposterous hogwash, it's hardly worth dignifying with a rational response. The iconic face of the company isn't even a real person. She was fabricated long ago during the company's fledgling years.
Right. As you know, an alter ego or something more sinister.
Such cockabird nonsense. In any case, I don't understand the interested guess besides chalking it up to your unwelcome lip inebriation. We had agreed you would play with me. You sounded excited about it. Haven't you even obtained your copy yet?
Yes, obtained. Sure I did.
Through your variations technologically cryptographic means, I presume?
Oh, you bet. Hacked the shit out of those tight mainframes and all. Said jackpot like a bunch of times. All those ciphers and bobby traps, backdoor trojans and whatnot were no match for my codes, snicker.
I am quizzically narrowing my eyes trying to solve the joke you are attempting, assuming it even is one.
Okay, Jane, what I'm saying is that in the parlance of baking, because I know that is what gets you off, is that it was a fucking cakewalk.
Oh.
Wait. Like, by which I mean not to say, I'm hot as shit, hacksaw bitch, you ever knew? As deadly as the corporate grid ass is beautiful, which I am, but what I mean is shit wasn't even guarded. It was just some files that were there, unsecured, and I took them, jacked them right off of that interweb telemetries, then applied lipstick, femme fatale style, and I was like, shit, yes, I am all kinds of how to use my web browser to download several files.
Really?
Yeah. So now, I got it. If you really want to play, which you shouldn't.
That is a bit puzzling. I thought this software was highly proprietary.
I told you she wants you to play, wants all of us to play, wants us all to part of her big plans. And you're playing right into them like a
Yes, I know. You made yourself clear. But what doesn't add up about your story is, I believe somebody doesn't want me to play. How else do you explain the recent temps on my life?
I don't know. Someone out there wants their stock price to take a hit?
There?
Or it's just more connivings of the witch.
So this hypothetical monstrosity wants me to succeed, but also wants me to die. Makes a lot of sense.
Wouldn't put it past her. Makes you feel perspicated. Redoubles your determination to play. You advance her plans in whatever incomprehensible way until suddenly you did everything she needs you to do. At which point you become crazy expendable, yo. And then she expends you like a wad of $boon on shitty BC merch.
I see. This is sounding less like a crackpot conspiracy theory by the minute.
Well, all I'm saying is a bunch of stuff that's def true to the max. I'll send this file to you though, and what you do with it is up to you. So do you want it now or what?
It's tempting, and I'm curious as heck to play it, but the mail should be coming any minute. I waited this long for it, so I might as well use the official disc addressed to me. When it comes, I do hope you'll change your tune. Not to mention brew yourself a pot of coffee and sober your drunk butt up.
My drunk butt's tune will stay as unhinged as it will remain not drunk. Mark my barley coherent words.
Woo! Okay, fair enough. But I believe that when we start playing together, you will come around. Personally, I can hardly contain my excitement over it. If years ago someone told me, which incidentally someone did, that today I would have an exclusive opportunity to play what is absolutely the most cutting-edge, immersive simulation game ever released, developed by a company which has already done so for the advancement of humanity, I would have said, "Shucks, Buster, sign me up."
Jane.
Yes?
Jane.
What?
Jane, did you know that I am utterly in love with the fact that I have a best friend who says things like, "Shucks, Buster"?
Shush, you drunkie. Oh,
WTF?
the thing, the flappy thing.
That's kind of gay.
Oh.
Maybe I am a little gay, maybe I'm not.
Well, indeed, if you ask me.
Ah!
Flappy swingy doodad, the arm deedle, the deedle, lalon, the dealy.
What?
The goddamn red swingy flappy lever arm thingamabob, whatever it's called, on the mailbox.
Breathe, Crocker. Slow breaths like this. I'm breathing regular to fire.
Zii?
Zii?
Sorry. It's up! It's up!
It is.
I don't get a lot of mail out here, and I'm no mail expert, but doesn't that mean not the right thing? Like, you're supposed to put it up if you want something taken away, not have the guy put it up if the mail comes. I think your mailman is quite possibly dumbass.
No! Who cares about that? The dealy! It's up! It's here! Ah!
No.
A so fucking at this.
BRB. Oh, that was
Don't get hit like a
cute.
meteor.
You scamper over to the door, but pause a second to think. Is your dad still washing the car? Hopefully he's still preoccupied so you can sneak out. But it doesn't hurt to be prepared for an encounter. Luckily, that is exactly what you are.
A book.
Why, is that his loving daughter, or could it be none other than Inspector Jacques Clouseau? Maybe, Mr. Clouseau, what are you doing in this household? Can I bake you a cake? Please make yourself comfortable while I go about my business not being suspicious. But wait, perhaps that is not so much the distinguished Inspector Clouseau as it is the world-renowned investigator Hercule Poirot, because the little curly mustache is a lot cuter. The great Poirot in this house? Such an honor. I will set the kettle to boil straight away. Who would have guessed this home would be so heavily trafficked by famous French detectives at this time of day? Oh my, the good Poirot appears to be clucking little pleasantries in his adorable French accent through the high-pitched voice of an enthusiastic teen girl. I surely don't have the heart to ground this upstanding, dapper gentleman, no matter how many dastardly attempts are made on her life. Yeah, this is a really shitty disguise.
I love her face. Happy, I want you to find that acid and I want you to make a video of you doing the little noise.
Oh, and now we go on to Jake.
You make a cautious motion toward a beckoning exit knob when suddenly the same wild character select screen reapproaches non-threateningly. You note that you still cannot pick one of the shadowy characters, but maybe you haven't been the other guy yet. That means it's time to click him. Or maybe you already have been him, in which case you are done with this thing. The narrative really has no way of knowing. Your ass remains firmly planted in the driver's seat, as always.
And now we go back to Big Butts McGee over here.
And just like that, back to Jake. What was it you were up to? Oh, right. You were going to pick these dang guns up off the floor when you were interrupted by some fleeting, imperceptible thought. You kind of space out sometimes.
Gun.
Right. You pick up your twin M9 Berettas, weapons of choice in an absurd arsenal inherited from an eccentric old woman. Guns are so cool. Your grandma was rad.
Damn right I was.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's your authentic Tomb Raider sexy thigh strap double holster, complete with cool skull buckle and everything. You like to think you pull it off about as well as Croft herself.
Wait, so Jake canonically wears a garter belt?
You like to think that, but in truth, you look ridiculous. You think you probably need shorter shorts to make it work, probably skin-tight shorts too. As it is, the cuffs of your baggy shorts get kind of bunched up underneath the thigh straps, which is uncomfortable and makes you look like a tool. Better off just keeping it in your strife deck. You can draw the guns faster from there anyway. You think your bed is some sort of electronic gadget. You're pretty sure those bedpost globes are supposed to glow like light bulbs under certain circumstances, but you've never been able to figure out what purpose it serves. Just more mysterious junk inherited from your eclectic grandma. She also gave you these bed sheets when you were very young, which you adore, but only for sentimental reasons. You aren't too keen on monsters.
Look, it's Tinkerbell! And the spider bit! And
there's
Car
Cats.
Oh wow.
There's Eridan's.
Oh my god.
I can see a little bit of Arthur's udder right here.
And a kitty!
I just stepped on a cord!
And I think that this one is Terezi's.
Yeah, it's Terezi. It's a dragon wing.
Who's
and next to that is the Sir Pounce.
What's this supposed to be?
Glib Glob.
Either Glib Glob or Solix's Cyclops.
And what about this then?
That's just a dragon.
Thinking about it, I think it. Yeah, probably it's just a dragon.
Which posters? Your whole room is nothing but posters. Sometimes you find it hard to focus on any one of them. You just relax your eyes and get lost in all the incredible heroes and adventures which exploded from the silver screen and into your bedroom as well as your heart. Movies are so great. You have never seen a movie you didn't like, you are pretty sure. People give you a hard time for that, though. Gosh, you love movies. Almost as much as you love skulls. And movies that have skulls in them? Oh my god, so wonderful.
Have any of you lot seen Donnie Darko? I think it's a pretty neat movie, if I do say so myself.
I'll also...
No.
Not even perfect.
What? No.
We are not resurfacing that memory tonight. You are traumatizing my boyfriend.
Get that out of here!
This is your collection of beauties, but you don't call them that to anyone but yourself in private because somehow even you are aware of how dorky that sounds. You are oftentimes the recipient of a good ribbing from Jane on account of your peculiar fascination with blue movie ladies. You don't have to justify yourself to her, though. What is even her deal? Any fellow would be off his rocker not to fawn over all these bodacious blue knockouts. You want to make out with all of them.
I don't like
Dear sweet Neytiri from James Cameron's Avatar, oh, if only you were the one who could have overcome his paralysis on an alien adventure planet to become her boyfriend, instead of that other guy. Then she could have shown you how to be bold and courageous and stand up to fight for your people and maybe later engage in a bizarre extraterrestrial reproductive process involving ponytails and a magical tree, you guess? You'll show that curmudgeonly Strider who's just a gigantic shitty space furry. You will show him what marvelous creatures they are. You'll show him what a daring dream it is to combine the finest qualities of humanity with... But seriously, you've got to stop kissing this stupid poster.
I just thought of something really stupid.
Wait, Mark,
considering this wall consists of a bunch of blue ladies,
and Nick
some
Cave.
Snosa would be on this wall.
I will defend her honor.
And that scares me. Knowing that would be a possibility.
Tell me who Sam Snosa is. I don't know.
You heard nothing from my mouth. I did not say anything. Who is Sam Snosa?
Let's
move. You fucking swag. I'll look it up myself then on my little computer.
I'm going to blast your brains all over the wall if you do.
And I'm going to suck your dick. Shut up.
What in the...
Yes, that was a waste of time, definitely. It's definitely not something you spend much time doing whenever you are alone, which is always. Anyway, here are some other great movies. Weekend at Bernie's, classic. You really think John would like this movie if the things you have heard about him are true. Guys in cahoots make the silly corpse of Bernie Lomax do a zany puppet antics so their schemes can succeed. Guffaws aplenty, as you have tried to tell Jade before practically verbatim. She doesn't care much for great movies like that, but that's alright. You love her anyway, and you think she's a blast. She says that you sound just like John when you say stuff like that, though, and that the two of you would get along famously. You can't wait to meet him. Also, there are some cage flicks there, but who doesn't love a good cage flick? Nobody is who. Dang, you would kill to get your hands on some authentic cage movie memorabilia, but that'll probably have to remain a crazy dream.
When you were reading the first couple lines about that being a waste of time, I thought you meant the whole conversation.
I meant both.
Thank you.
Speaking of John, this is his birthday present. It is the project that has been What?
Look at that Spider-Man.
What the fuck?
Why is he in that sexy pose?
Wait, why is he?
I mean, I'm seeing she there, so I think that's a spider girl.
Oh, of course.
I don't want anything to do with this guy. Not one.
It is the project that has been taking up all your time lately, and today is the deadline to finish it. You have to send it to Jade so that she has time to ship it to him across the Pacific Ocean. The transmaterializer you've been using to ship it back and forth is wired to sync up your flow of time with hers, so it's not like you can just take forever with it and send to the exact time she needs it. You've thought of that. And considering this bunny is probably going back to the early 20th century, when she and John were around your age, you figure the mail was extra slow back then, so there is not a moment to spare. Whew, time stuff is pretty complicated, but you are fairly sure you've got this figured out. Sure is going to be a sweet gift. Reminds you a lot of the old ratty bunny you inherited from your grandma, who of course is exactly who you are collaborating with to make this thing. Time loops make you feel a bit fuzzy in the head, but you've always suspected it could very well be the same bunny. At some point in the early 20th century, Jade gave this robo-rabbit to John, and then later it must have been wound up back with Jade somehow. Then she removed all the robot parts, hung onto it until she was an old woman and gave it to you. You guess crazier things have happened, like the way this whole project started in the first place. Jade tells you this little rabbit here, or Terry Kaiser as you like to call him, will save John's life. He will be sitting there on some sort of chessboard battlefield in yellow pajamas reading a letter when, pow, Kaiser to the rescue. So you are taking this responsibility very seriously. You have been for years already. In fact, this project gave you a neat idea for what to do for Jane's 13th birthday a couple years ago. You and your other pals all coordinated gifts, each sending a customized rabbit. Lalonde happens to have another bunny heirloom like yours, and Strider was resourceful as usual. If John enjoys his gift anywhere near as much as Jane did, then it will be time well spent. There's just one problem. Mr. Kaiser here cannot be completed and tested today without a source of power. You will need a little chunk of uranium to power the robot, and you are fresh out of the stuff. You have been plundering all of your devices for uranium to refuel the transmaterializer, which requires huge amounts of power anytime it sendificates or purifies the package from the past. Seems to you like excessive energy consumption for just a simple time machine, but what do you know? Unless it's doing something besides shipping it across time. You couldn't imagine what, though. You really should have remembered to ask Jade for some uranium in your last letter to her. Now you're in a fix. You even yanked the uranium out of your cookalizer and refrigerator. You haven't had a decent meal in weeks. Just a lot of canned food from the ruins. This project has been difficult enough as it is without additional bumps in the road like this. You aren't really the best guy at building machines. Jade has been a big help, but she says she couldn't do this alone. As much as it troubles your pride to admit, this project wouldn't be possible without help from your other two technologically savvy friends. And you are slowly coming to the regrettable conclusion that you will not be able to solve this uranium dilemma without asking for Strider's assistance. He's your best bro and all, but the dude never makes anything easy.
Sorry, Mark, I better go now.
Oh,
Alright, see you later, Z. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, Z.
See ya!
Fun. Bye.
Okay.
Bye, Z.
Maybe he
And
could
there's
just take
Casey.
some uranium from the mayor like Jack did.
You stash Terry in your puzzle modus. It's quite a handy modus, allowing you to catalog objects of any size as long as you can fit them all in a finite space by maneuvering the cards around like a big game of Tetris. You like it because it keeps you sharp for solving any puzzles you might find when you go out raiding hollowed tombs, which is never. The bunny fits in okay, but it's a tight squeeze. The space in your inventory is mainly hogged up by one incredibly huge thing. You guess you should get rid of it, but you can't shake the feeling you might need it someday, and you don't want to risk ditching it and be caught with your pants down later. On your work table, there are a few comic books starring your favorite heroine of all, Spider-Girl. You don't know what it is, but there's something about a girl who has spidery powers and a sassy attitude that is just so cool to you. It's just another quirky fact about you that definitely doesn't have any greater significance and never will.
I want nothing to do with this guy. Nothing. Aridin, you want him?
Horse feathers. Forcing the comics into your puzzle Sylladex. Forcing the comics into your puzzle Sylladex knocked out a bunch of other crap. You have seriously got to reorganize this thing. What were you even thinking captulogging all those bullets at one time anyway?
Damn, I wonder! Bitch!
Well, as long as one of your preposterously numerous computers has spilled out of your Sylladex, you might as well stop procrastinating and contract Strider to... Hang on, maybe later.
Oh, and I'm back, bitches!
Well, hello there, darling.
Ahoy, madame.
I don't relish troubling you with more uninteresting. I'm sure for all I've done so far, you had a jolly good workout already. But, well, you will be ready to deliver the package today, yes?
I am determined as ever to see this through, but as usual, events have conspired me to make a boondoggle for the prospect. I think I might be fucked.
Dear God, how so?
Harry needs fuel, and I don't have any left. I think I'm at Strider's dubious mercy for a solution, yet again. I will have to ask him for help, and soon.
Well, there you go, love. You better hop to it.
Yeah. Yes, I will. But also, there's the matter of the rabbit's arrangements.
Armaments.
Armaments.
Okay, there's a matter of the rabbit's armaments. I don't imagine hell do a lot of freaking good in the helping Grandfather Crocker from kicking the old bucket without him. Did you not say you'd supply these?
Well, I did indeed so. I've already done.
You did? When?
In your future. Fucking duh. I relayed this information enabling you to create the most powerful weaponry yourself. And you did. You sent them to...
What now? Mate, are you okay?
That's a question for another day. In your future, I relayed the input... We're skipping that line for now. And you did. You then set them back in time. You may recover them in the ruins, which conveniently is where you must go to ship package once and for all. Being a plan we hatched, don't you fancy?
I see. Yes, it sure is. If that's the case, then all that's left to do is find power for it. Oh, and also, enough power for this stupid transmitter and Bob. So much to do before shuttling this goddamn thing into the past. I mean, is that what I'm doing, right? Giving it up to my grandma when she was a kid growing up on the same island I did.
But it's somewhat close to the truth, and I can see how you would draw to that conclusion. But there's more to it you don't understand yet. You will sort it all out in time.
These are among the dad-blasted casual spoilers you refuse to dish out?
Among Us.
Among Us. Shut your fucking
Wait, give me a second. I just pulled my back and leaned into my computer, forgetting it was a touchscreen and just exit out of the stream. I'm stupid.
70, 60.
Oh no, baby.
20. Stupid.
Anyway.
And I can see how you would draw to that conclusion. But there's more to...
Oh wait, fuck, hold on.
Somewhat. It wouldn't hurt you to know the truth, I imagine. It's just the truth is a wee bit complicated. Perhaps draft of the cascading sequence from your mind, from which your reality has risen and will put your mind at ease. Imagine two universes, A and B. Now imagine there are two instances of each universe, A1 and A2, and B1 and B2. The first instance of each is like a test run. That does not quite succeed. The second instance, though, will meet all of its purposes. And consider that now consider that A1 begets A2. A2 begets B1. And B1 begets B2. Wow. And the participants of B2 are the ones who will make an effort to exit all of this turbulence and Daryl. What the fuck? And you are one of them! And your young ancestor is another, though she is presently stationed in B1. And yes, she is in the past, although not as quite as far as you believe. Nor does she occupy the same stream of continuity.
I'm not sure I completely followed that, but okay.
Well, that's to be expected. That's the best I can do for now. Primarily because I will not risk wasting much more of your time.
It's a candy moment.
So, you are still in contention that I will meet our elders as youths?
Oh, yes.
Aha! Then I will be traveling through time. I knew it. Or they will be. Whichever it is. Which is it, by the way?
Casual spoilers, Sir English. Please stop farting into your mic.
I'm fine.
Please stop humming into your mic, my dear friend. Given the nature of the quest waiting for you, it wouldn't be shrewd of me to rule out the employment of time travel by any individual. I think I know that individual. He wears red. But I will say that you're probably prey to the basic misapprehension about the nature of this rendezvous.
I said it right this time.
It will not take place on Earth. It will happen inside the game you're about to play.
Oh. Well, shit.
Indeed.
This is... Well, this is frightfully exciting. I would love to meet them. I never got to know my grandma very well, and it always seemed like she led an amazing and adventurous life. Then this seemed to be proven true by my correspondence with her, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Sorry, I'm downing a piece of pizza while I'm doing this.
Correct. I never knew.
Oh, you're up here.
Blah, 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 blah. Is it true? I'd pay a hefty ransom to get to know my forebearers.
I remember you mentioned your race doesn't really jive with ours, familiarly speaking.
Yeah, the other one's a bitch. Correct. I never knew those who one would identify as my parental equivalents. I'm an orphan.
Sorry.
Good.
Hold on. You want to run that by me again?
I'm an orphan.
Oh no!
Thanks to this little shit over here! Okay, back on track.
It isn't in the way my race
Propagates.
Our ancestors preceded us by millennia.
Well, yes, ours do too, but generally we all have these other people between them. And the most recent ones are called parents. So I guess you do not have those? Like, systematically?
Nope, never did.
Well, neither did I. I'm a fucking orphan too!
Double orphan.
Number 15, double orphan.
Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
gonna
I'm
gonna throw you into the cosmos.
I'm gonna bite your sack off.
Damn, double homicide.
Getting into character. Miss Alien, I think we are like birds of a feather, you and I. When do I get to learn your name, by the way?
Truthfully? Maybe for the best that you never know it. It could stir up some things best left in the present equilibrium. And now I think I should bollocks off and leave it to it.
But, wait. There are some things I'd like to know about today in this game.
No more procrastinating. Contact your friend, darling.
Yes, fine, okay, I will, but please tell me in the least casually spoilery way possible. What are we even trying to accomplish here? What is even the rootin' tootin' point of this game?
Oh, shoot him.
The fuck?
I don't know. I think you will find you have more fun than you can imagine finding out. But stated concisely, and short of spoilers, as you so charmingly put it, your objective today is to pave the way for the arrival of the gods. Mwah!
She's so sweet.
She's so sweet! Birds of a feather stay orphans together. I will see myself out.
Oh my god.
If you're going to message your good bro, you might as well use a more comfortable computing device. You always found the Husk Top to be a little clunky, way too hands-on. Here are just a few at your disposal. Your grandma always was an advocate of thorough preparedness. She would strongly advise staying not only armed to the teeth, but well-equipped in the computational department. You've been taught you should really carry no less than 5 computers on you at all times like a sensible person.
True.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Ain't that familiar?
Yeah, that plus his last name.
Being English.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew I was correct about something.
You put on a few of your more ostentatious devices. Luckily, or unfortunately, you grew up alone, so there was never anyone around to point out how ridiculous you look. These were also inherited from your grandma. In addition to being quite the globe-trotting adventuress, she was rather enterprising as well. Her company made many products like this to compete with the corporation owned by the cruel baroness who raised her. Sadly, BC Corp eventually crushed her company and forced her into exile. You have always hoped that when Jane takes over that foul conglomerate, she will right to all of its unspeakable wrongs. You know she will. You believe in her, after all.
Oh.
Let's
As
go.
someone who has a vague knowledge of me, after the prologue, she does not.
Whatever. Now stop kissing me and get to reading. Fine.
Even.
Bro, are you there? I hate to be a pest about this, and I know I've made a hearty trouble of myself a good deal lately.
State your business, Jake.
I should preface this request with an overture of appreciation for how much your cool and brotherly friendship means to me. It has just been absolutely bully having a stand-up gent like you in my corner. Just a grade A dude who's cut and above the others in the class and camaraderie. Phew, gropes for a fresh handkerchief. I hope this shit isn't coming across as platitudinous, whatever that word is. I really mean it.
Take it easy, Bromide. Just about the only way I can salvage endearment from this careless little horseshit would be to discover crisp, really fucking soon, mind you. It was a preamble to some floundering invitation for me to rush to your vicinity as nakedly as possible. But since we've already shot that wad's eventuality on so many dry runs of flustered ambivalence that were as hilarious as they were one-sided, crisp, that leaves only one hope for this message to avoid spiraling towards qualification as a critical fucking defect in the whole of Mach 10
rocket.
Mach 10 rocket that is my precious spare time. And that hope lies in the extent in which you were practicing awful insincerity. Now is your opportunity to pretend that's what you were going for. I suggest you seize it.
Oh, yes, but of course, the ironies. Good grief, how I was bandying them just now. You know me do. Low smoke. Stroke. Cirque tried to call the bondulance I'm having stonk.
Haven, you shouldn't be dying.
I'm already dying. I have COVID.
Tell it to go away.
I'm trying.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. Take 2 of that bit. Blow smoke off a red hot irony pistol. Non-suggestively. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's gay, man.
I know.
Now that you're... The fuck is that word?
Hold on.
Equius. Now that you're obsequious
Obsequious, I think is the word.
Okay. Now that your obsequious preface has been established as indisputably entertaining for all the right reasons, and intentionally so, let's beat down on these direst shit needs you've got. I'm guessing you're probably jonesing for uranium right now, no? Pshaw!
Pshaw! As if I would be so reckless with the stuff. I would have already be mighty irresponsible to run out already. No, I'm all set in the uranium department. I'm so set, you might as well send a couple liquidators over.
What the fuck?
That's a Chernobyl joke. But anyways, really, when you take a look at the big picture, I am sitting pretty when it comes to just about any radioactive isotope you could mention. However, my backup reserves is that I strictly keep for emergencies are running a little lean. You know what my grandma taught me about preparedness? Tugs at colorful lapels.
Lapels. Those are the things on the. Those are the things at the top of your shirt.
Oh, I learn a new word every day, and it's not just from movies.
SMH. You are uranium. It's basically mathematically impossible. That's not why you're fucking crisping up. I'm gonna bite you in the dick!
Oh, my.
Excuse me. For a character. It's basically mathematically impossible. That's not why you're contacting me.
Christ, what an insufferable, awesome friend you are. Okay, can you please send me Okay, can you please just sendificate me some more already? I'm kind of in a hurry.
You do know my offer still stands.
What?
You know. I've offered to construct the rabbit for you many times before. I would craft a much deadlier model.
Oh, I know you would. It's just... Damn it, I've told you this. Damn it, I've told you this is just something I have to do myself. It's a promise I made to Jade, and I am going to live up to it, even if I'm not the best or even second best RoboSmith I know.
Fuck, man. Yeah. I know this is your policy. You've done a good job, and you should be proud. But it's my responsibility as your friend to offer last time. Just as it's my responsibility not just to fork over a bunch of uranium just because you asked me in a moment of weakness.
Frick! Why not?
It's too easy. And you yourself are the one taking pride in this. If you were half-assing this project, I would have made some slovenly plea for it. I'd just say fuck it. There's a lot of green rocks, dude. Go nuts.
Okay then, I'm half-assing it. Look, see? I bisected bottom. Excuse me, why are you so fucking crispy? I'm going to bite you. Okay then, I'm half-assing it. Look, see, only a bisected bottom is present. Where's the other half, you ask? Why, it's nowhere to be found. I didn't use it.
Nope, not buying it. I know that every ounce of your premium behind can be accounted for in that rabbit, and there's no goddamn denying it. Ow!
Christ, man, don't hurt yourself.
Don't need to. And you know perfectly well where some more uranium can be located.
Oh, Jesus Christmas, you are such a fucking douche.
Seems you think I am a fucking douche. That's your opinion, I guess. That's cool.
I knew you were going to suggest this. I don't know why I bothered asking. Strider, why must you always be such an obstinate stick in the mud?
Why not? It seems that you consider me to be, no, less than 100% of the time, an obstinate stick in the mud. I unironically respect your position on this matter. Hey, let's continue to say the ideas.
Wait, it seems?
What?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Is something the matter, Jake?
This is your autoresponder.
Hey, Happy, you're in.
Fuck! Look at that statement you just made. Just for me to respond with some words ideally chosen and arranged in a way that will wreck your shit in a subtle and psychologically devastating way.
Ha ha ha, just so ironic. Quotes, quotes, quotes. I'm laughing my caboose straight off the tracks. A lot of families just died in that tragic derailment.
Okay, the caboose remark was actually pretty funny, Jake. If I truly were what you say I am, I wouldn't be able to feel the human emotions of joy and laughter, you know?
Laughter isn't an emotion, Dick Prince.
Hey, before we continue, I just want to bring up, didn't Zii have a dream about trains and Homestuck?
What?
Yes. Yes, yes, they did.
The prophecy is true.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to send this clip to them later.
Wait, is this still autoresponder or is this Dirk?
This is autoresponder.
Autoresponder.
Alright, got it.
How do we tell between the two?
Because in the visual.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
I think you should back your claims up with proof before you go heaving around of such accusations.
Man, it's so flippin' obvious. You start getting kind of extra technical and vague and unemotion-like, kind of aloof and brusque. I mean, even aloofier and bruskier than usual. You also use the phrase, "it seems," a lot. It's so silly, it really blows the AI immersion, man.
Bullshit. I'm being like the perfect dude right now. A fully fucking legitimate human being.
Okay then, check this out, Mr. Legit Human Dude. Excuse me, sir, not to be a bother, but could you please tell me all about this Strider Fellows autoresponder?
It seems you've asked about Derek Strider's crisp chat client autoresponder. This is an application designed to simulate Dave. I'm not gonna get used to that.
Just do like
Derek
DS.
DS is otherwise immitably rad type and style. Tone, Candace, personality, the substance of resort while he's away from the computer of, yeah. The algorithms are guaranteed to be 96% indistinguishable from DS's native neurological responses based on some statistical analysis I basically just pulled out of my ass right now.
You see?
What if I was just fucking with you there? Would it be really be so unthinkable for a human to type that?
Because you always say shit like that after I catch you to your games. You as in the autoresponder.
Unimpressed. Logical fallacies are as perceived pervasive throughout your argument as the integrated verbal tics.
Oh yeah? Tell me about this autoresponder.
It seems you've asked. Oh, fuck's sake! It seems you've asked about DS's chat client autoresponder. This application is designed to simulate DS's otherwise immobility, rad type and style, tone, Candace personality, and substance of resort while he is away from the computer. The algorithms are guaranteed to be 93% indistinguishable from DS's native neurological responses based on some statistical analysis I basically just pulled out of my ass right now.
Gee, dude, you sure typed that exact thing pretty fast. Are you still fucking with me?
It would be a coincidence if I typed the same answer.
Ugh, I can't stand this. Every time we do this, I just wind up whistling Sweet Dixie out of my bumhole.
None of that was necessary.
That is a sentence and a half. I'm going to wash my brain with bleach now.
Glasses
Good
of
idea.
acid?
This is pointless. I'm not having this conversation unless it's with my real life friend, the one with human feelings, who isn't a pretend person inside of sunglasses. Suck my cock.
I'm completely incapable of doing that. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's going to share my position on the map.
Whatever.
Glasses of asses?
He's just so infuriating sometimes, or at least his responder is. Okay, the real Strider is too. There's barely any difference between them anyway. The responder just uses a few more generic response templates, and even those you suspect the AI is savvy enough to use on purpose for the sake of irony, or to get a rise out of you or whatever. That silicon bastard knows damn well what it's doing. You shed this ridiculous outfit because you look like an idiot. It's time to get serious here. No more fooling around. You need a more dignified-looking computer. A thinking man's computer.
Beep, 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 beep.
Much better. You look like you mean business. No
look
sign
like
of
a dumbass.
Lalonde online. No surprise there. You wonder if Jane knows where your bro's at. You should really try to cool your jets before talking to her. Today is a special day she's been looking forward to for a long time, and she's probably on cloud 9. You wouldn't want to ruin it for her. I can probably imagine, yep, it's the same conversation.
Oh no.
Lord have mercy on my throat.
You are curious about Jane's dream. Sounds like it almost certainly has to do with your imminent adventure. You'll have to remember to get the scoop on that a little later. For now, you have other worries that need your focus. You have to go downstairs to check something out. You are pretty sure you know what you're going to find, though. You almost trip on the vine creeping up the stairs. Stupid vine. It's too bad your grandma's dead. She always had a way with keeping the flora in check. Yeah, just like you thought. Empty. The thing is out there somewhere, waiting for you. Oh god. Speak of the devil fucking Dickens.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, hey!
Happy?
The
Kathy?
the other
I don't know.
responder, I mean,
Damn it! What is it now?
I'm just wondering if you still have your stupid old fangled knickers in a twist. Because that's the sort of thing you would say.
In regard to what exactly?
To my proposal. Well, our proposal. Cross his hands.
Whose proposal now? Man, what are you even prattling about?
Mine and DS's. It's a joint proposal. I am always authorized to speak on his behalf because I'm basically fucking him. And try not to take those last 4 words as a clustered literal statement. That would be lame and unfunny.
You mean making the rabbit for me?
I'm going to kick your ass. No, I mean, no. I know you don't want that. I meant my recommendation for how to go about procuring a new supplement, a new supply of uranium.
Dorothy's getting pegged by a pair of glasses?
I'm going to shoot you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Operation U235 bureaucrat. Yeah.
Procurement.
Codename Big Man Has the Rock.
Oh, yeah? Well, I thought about it. Even went downstairs to check the great faulty doodad, and particularly the infernal contraption is nowhere to be found.
Well, yeah, Jane. That's sort of the point. Thrill of the hunt and all. I thought you liked to manicure the image of a dude who shits his pants over a good adventure.
I do! I mean, without the shitting, of course. But I mean, I wouldn't put it away like that, or come out against a solid policy of clean trousers. But yes, adventure is awesome. I just prefer the idea of adventures which I can actually win.
It seems you're conflating adventure with bodies necessarily governed by the result of victory or defeat. Any useless fuckwit knows that it's all about the journey.
Well, I don't know.
It seems that there is 76% chance that you're pussying out on me. Are you pussying out on me, Jake? Tell me.
It seems that there is 1,000,000% chance that you say it seems way too much and do it just to sound more like a lame robot from a movie and also probably just to piss me off. It seems that there is a billion% My Wi-Fi momentarily went out, so I was probably very choppy there. But anyway, there's a billion% chance that you're a shitty, stubborn jerk of a program who won't listen to reason, that if there's even a 1% chance my real-life friend would be cool and help me out here, then I think I like those freaking odds.
Damn.
It appears that you're upset. The police are outside my home.
That's my ride.
No.
They're on their way to your location.
The autoresponder observed that you're in the least artificially infuriating way possible. Have you ever stopped to think that while I may be bound to the process inside of the glasses of a real and incredibly cool guy, my algorithms in the cognitive totally compromised and a conscious entity that far short of experimental and emotional complexity of a human being?
Oh, lucky you are a tin can! Robots don't have feelings!
It's a bit racist. I think
it seems you're being a bit racist.
I think you knowingly confuse the Chris. I think you knowingly confuse the field of robotics and artificial intelligence to engender some sort of cavalier attitude about technology that a rough and tumble guy who's all about brawling and fisticuffs would probably have. And if this is cultivated to a humorous effect, then I commend you. But you're wrong. I do have feelings. And you're shitting on them. It sucks. Fuck you. Unfriending you.
I'm sorry then if that's the case.
No problem.
It's just, it can be difficult to drum up sympathy for a program that presents itself as an imposter so often. If you weren't so ready to insist you were the genuine article all the time, or didn't make it so confusing for me, I think it would be best if we henceforth treated you as a totally distinct, thing from my body. Then I could respect your emotional robo feelings, and you can respect that sometimes I just want to talk to my bro without a lot of spurious hijinks. Can we agree to this?
Is this a counter proposal?
To what?
To my earlier proposal.
Oh, yeah, fine, I guess. Man, where is he anyway? Is he taking one of those of his legendary infinite showers?
What can I say? Dude fancies his abolitions.
Frig, okay. Whatever. Guess it's time to prepare the thrill of the hunt.
Fuck yes.
Seriously, that robot has been the bane of my existence ever since he invented.
I mean, yeah, the best showers are 2 hours. Ayo! What the fuck is that thing?
I didn't send it.
This is Square Wave.
Just a funky little guy.
And at any rate, time's up, so we can catch up on what's going on in the shower next time on Let's Read Homestuck.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see you all back here in. We'll see you all back here in 2 weeks. Thank you as always for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment as soon as comments are open on the stream. I love receiving comments and I love giving hearts to comments, and I will give a heart to every comment that appears within the first 24 hours of this stream being up. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to do so. And I shall see you in 2 weeks, as will the rest of us. See y'all later. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.